Hello everyone. In the last lecture of amalgamation, you studied what is amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction. You also studied the difference between amalgamation in the nature of merger and purchase. Means the three conditions which we will be using in identifying what is amalgamation in the nature of merger. Now in this lecture, we will be studying with purchase consideration with some examples to understand the different methods of purchase consideration. So very first of all, what is purchase consideration? We studied that there are two companies, transferor company which goes into liquidation, transferee company which acquires the transferor company. So whatever amount is paid by the transferee company to the transferor company's shareholders is included in purchase consideration. Note one important point. Purchase consideration will include only the payment made by transferee company to the shareholders of the transferor company. Just remember one thing, shareholders, whatever they receive. Anything else not to be included in purchase consideration. You'll understand the relevance of it. So this topic you'll find in your pamphlet purchase consideration. It refers to the amount payable by the purchasing company to the vendor company for taking over the business of vendor company. Accounting Standard AS 14 defined the term consideration as the aggregate of the shares and other securities issued and the payment made in the form of cash or other assets by the transferee company, now underline this, to the shareholders of the transferor company. So whatever you give, okay, payment may be made in any form, it may be made in cash or shares, but it should be given to the shareholders. Thus, it does not include the liabilities directly taken over by the transferee company, in which case the amount is paid directly to them, may be debenture holders or class creditors. Any liabilities, payments made to debenture holders or creditors won't be included. Okay, just one simple thing remember, payment made to shareholders is only to be included. Now there are three methods of calculating purchase consideration. In exam, it will depend upon the information given, and maybe that one or more methods become applicable. Actually, there are four methods, but majority long examples would be based on three methods only: lump sum, net payment, and net asset. Intrinsic value method, one more is there, but that we will do towards the end of the chapter. And if at all taken in college, then we may take up with its example also. Now, very first method of purchase consideration is lump sum method. It's a very simple method. Lump sum method means the amount of purchase consideration is directly given. This is the simplest method. Here the purchase consideration will be underlined directly given in the example. In such a case, no calculation is required. For example, it may be stated that A Limited takes over the business of B Limited for rupees 25 lakhs directly given. So 25 lakhs is the purchase consideration. Here the sum of rupees 25 lakhs is the consideration. Second is net payment or mode of payment method. Now net payment or mode of payment method means the different modes of payment would be given to you. It sounds simple, but it is very complicated because the modes of payment would be given to you, but in a bit complicated and exchange ratio manner. So we have to work out by doing certain exchange that for so many shares of transferor companies, so many shares are given of transferee company. You have to work out the calculation and find the payment. Okay, it's a bit complicated. Under this method, the purchase consideration is ascertained by adding up the total payments made by transferee company in whatever form, either in shares, debentures, or in cash to the liquidator of transferor company. But important is what? For the payment to equity shareholders and preference shareholders. As I said in the first point itself when we discuss purchase consideration, that we will include only payment made to whom? Shareholders. So that point again you have to remember, simply that much, that we will include only the payment made to shareholders. Now what is given to shareholders is not important. You may give them shares, you may give them debentures, you may give them cash. But as far as these three modes of payment are going to shareholders, it will be included in purchase consideration. Okay, so understand this difference properly. You're paying to equity shareholders, but do you give them shares or debentures or cash doesn't make any difference. Mode of payment doesn't make any difference until it is going to whom? Shareholders. Okay. While ascertaining the purchase consideration under this method, care should be taken of the following. First, the value of assets and liabilities taken over by the transferee company are not to be considered. We are doing which method? Payment method. In payment method, assets and liabilities values are not taken in calculating purchase consideration. In accounting, they'll be considered. But in calculation of purchase consideration, they are not included. The payments made by the transferee company for the shareholders. Okay, again, same point repeated. Whether in cash or in shares or in debentures must be taken into account. Whatever you give to shareholders, mode of payment is not important. Whatever you give to shareholders will be included. Where the liabilities are taken over by the transferee company and subsequently discharged, such amount should not be added to purchase consideration. We are doing net payment method. So liability is not to be taken. Ignore the other points. Just remember total of mode of payments. That's it. And again, mode of payments made to whom? Shareholders. When liabilities are taken over by the transferee company, they are neither deducted nor added to the amount arrived at purchase consideration. Ignore it again. Payment to shareholders. Just remember that. Any payments made by the transferee company to some other party on behalf of transferor company are to be ignored. Again, payment to no other party to be included. Payment to whom will be included? Only shareholders. If the liquidation expenses of the transferor company are paid by the transferee company and the same should not be taken as a part of purchase consideration. Even liquidation expenses should not be taken. Again, include what? Only payment to shareholders, nothing else. So even liquidation expenses won't be included. Everywhere just remember one point, payment to shareholders only to be included. If any liability is not taken over by the transferee company, the same should be excluded. Of course, liabilities we don't include, only payment to shareholders. And lastly, the term business will always mean both assets and liabilities. Whenever they say business is taken over, it means all assets are taken and all liabilities are taken over. So we shall understand one extra example to take up with the concept of this net payment method. Okay, listen carefully and understand it properly. The balance sheet of X Limited and Y Limited as on 31st December are as follows. Share capital, reserve, P&L, creditors, goodwill, land and building, plant and machinery, stock, debtors and cash. Important are the paragraphs. The two companies decided to amalgamate into a new company, Z Limited. New company Z Limited means it's a transferee company, and the old companies which are going into liquidation, X Limited and Y Limited, are transferor companies, which will take over the assets and liabilities of both the companies on the following terms. Now, X Company Limited, holder of each share of rupees 30 each in the company, means this X Limited company's share capital is 3 lakh. Holder of each share of 30 each means in X Limited the face value of share is 30 rupees. So 3 lakhs divided by 30. How many shares would be there in X Limited? 10,000 shares would be there in X Limited. Would receive 6 equity shares of rupees 5 each fully paid. Means against 1 share of X Limited, the new company Z would give 6 shares of 5 each. And see, it's quite obvious. Single shares value of X Limited is 30 rupees. And the new company which is going to be formed, Z Limited, the value of their shares is 5 rupees. So if you have to give 30 rupees with the shares of 5 rupees, how many shares you will have to give? 6. 6 into 5 would make it equal to 30 rupees of 1 share. Okay, because old company X Limited's shares value is 30 rupees, very high. New company Z Limited shares value is very less, 5 rupees. So if you give them 6 shares, then 5 into 6, their value would come equal to 30. Further, they would also be paid 5 in cash. So you can see two modes of payment are given. One is equity shares, the second is cash. This is how we identify net payment method. Now Y Company Limited, holder of, again each share means one share of 15 each, but X Limited's shares face value was 30, Y Limited's shares face value is 15. So this 1,50,000, if the face value is 15, how many number of shares would be there? 1,50,000 divided by 15, 10,000 shares would be there. Now in this company they would receive one, okay, they would receive one 12% preference shares. So what is one mode of payment you are giving to Y company's shareholders? Preference shares. And against one share they'll get one only. Like here against one share they are getting 6. Here against one share they'll get one preference share only of rupees 10 each, but the face value is 10. Fully paid up and rupees 10 each in cash. Second mode of payment what they are getting is cash. So two modes of payment what X gets is equity and cash. Two modes of payment what Y gets is preference and cash. The liquidation expenses of X Limited are rupees 2,000 and Y 1,000 met by the new company. Liquidation expenses, ignore. Not to be taken in consideration in calculating purchase consideration. Okay, we studied in this paragraph, point number F, that liquidation expenses not to be taken, and I told you that throughout the chapter remember only one thing, payment to whom will be included? Shareholders. So this payment made to X company's shareholders and Y company's shareholders is included, but liquidation expenses paid are not to be included. You are required to calculate purchase consideration of each company. So what we do is we calculate it one by one. Okay, first of all, give the heading in your notebooks, purchase consideration. If you want, you can note down the question also by pausing the video. These questions are not there in your pamphlet. So we are finding purchase consideration, and because modes of payment are given, it is which method of purchase consideration? Net payment method. Okay, it is net payment method of purchase consideration. So how would we find that? We'll see here. First we find it for X company. Okay, and then we find it for Y company. We have to include the modes of payment. So which are the two modes of payment for X company here? One is equity shares, the other is cash. Now how to find the value of equity shares? Through the exchange ratio. Okay, first you write X, that is the old company, then Z, that is the new company. Now if you read this X Company Limited's information, what is the exchange ratio given? For each share means one share, they would receive 6 shares. So write it that way. For one share of X in Z they will receive 6 shares. Now see in the balance sheet. How many shares of X are there? 10,000. Okay, how many shares of X are there? 10,000. So how many shares they will receive in Z? 10,000 into 6 by 1. 60,000 equity shares they will receive. And in the new company Z, what is the value of these shares? 5 rupees. So the 60,000 shares will be of rupees 5 at the rate of rupees 5. So 60,000 into 5, they will receive the value of 3 lakhs. Okay, 60,000 into 5, they will receive the value of 3 lakhs. Now, next mode of payment is cash. So after equity shares, the next mode of payment included will be cash. Now how much is paid in cash? Refer to that. It is clearly given that rupees 5 will be paid in cash. Means for every share, there are 10,000 shares and every share will get 5 rupees in cash. So what amount will be paid in cash is 10,000 shares into rupees 5 will be paid in cash. 50,000 would be paid in cash. So 3 lakhs plus 50,000. What is the purchase consideration for X Company Limited? 3,50,000. Okay, basically, which are the two modes of payment for X Limited? Equity shares and cash. 3 lakhs is paid to them in the form of equity shares and 50,000 is paid to them in the form of cash. Now similarly, we find the modes of payment for Y Limited and then we add the two modes of payment. As we already discussed and marked, here the modes of payment are preference share. One preference share is given against one share and cash. Okay, like here equity share and cash was there in X. In Y Limited, the two modes of payment are preference shares and cash. So first we find how much is the value of preference shares given to them. In that you can see holder of each share. Each share means against the ratio is against one share. Here also it's given one preference share would be issued. So equal in short. You'll write Y, Z against one share of Y, one share of Z is given. Now see in the balance sheet. Existing there are how many shares of Y? 10,000. Existing there are 10,000 shares of Y. So how many shares of Z would be given? Same equal number 10,000. Okay, 10,000 into 1 by 1. Equal number of shares would be given 10,000. But these are what? 10,000, 12% preference shares. What we are giving them now is 10,000, 12% preference shares. And what is the value of those preference shares which we are giving? The value of those preference shares is 10 rupees. So 10,000 preference shares at the rate of rupees 10. That makes it 10,000 into 10, 1 lakh. So how much would be paid in the terms of value of preference shares? 1 lakh rupees would be paid in terms of value of preference shares. Now here again the next mode of payment is cash. And what is mentioned regarding the cash payment? Clearly given, like they were paid 5 rupees in cash, here they are paid 10 rupees in cash. And as we already seen, there are 10,000 shares. So every share will get 10 rupees in cash. Means what is the total will make to them in cash? 10,000 shares into 10 rupees we will pay in cash. Means total amount what we will pay them in cash will be 10,000 into 10, 1 lakh. So 1 lakh plus 1 lakh. How much will we pay to the shareholders of Y Limited? 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs is the purchase consideration of Y Limited. Finding the purchase consideration, wherein the modes of payment are